another exciting time to talk football, and today we are going to be looking at two London teams, two big rivals. One calls itself the Pride of London, and there's another one that says North London forever. This weekend, both teams actually eventually get a win, and there's something that's happening with the two teams. Chelsea are in a final again. As at March 22nd, Arsenal were gunning for 4 titles. Today, Arsenal are just in 2 titles. They've lost 2, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Now they have just the Champions League and the Premier League to fight for. And the question is, if Chelsea eventually wins the FA Cup final against Manchester City and somehow find a way to end up in the top 5, can they be regarded to have had a better season compared to Arsenal if, and there's a big probability that Arsenal loses out on all 4 competitions they have participated in? Mide, what's up? Let's discuss Chelsea and Arsenal.
Honestly, it's quite straightforward. Though right now, Arsenal have shown over the course of the season that they are a formidable side. We cannot take away what they have achieved, what they have done this season, despite everything that they have gone through. But ultimately, Chelsea, on the other hand, are like opposite in terms of form and in terms of how they have gone so far this season. But one thing that is always the constant thing about Chelsea is no matter how bad they are, they always find themselves in a position to win.
And that is what we are looking at.
Because
the fact that bad as bad for Chelsea this season, they're in the final again.
Exactly, that's the point. And they have been doing that in the last 10 years. They have been in at least in the final in every year that they have been in the Premier League.
The last 10 years, Chelsea have won the Premier League. They have won the
Champions League, won the Conference, won the Club World Cup twice,
Club World Cup, UEFA Super Cup,
and the rest. So, and on top of that, they have actually made the final. They have lost 6 finals, so domestic finals. So in that span too. So that's to tell you that this is a team that are regulars in competition final. So, would that be enough to say they had a better season? Well, should Arsenal not win anything and as Chelsea winning an FA Cup and probably making the top 5, that would be, for me. And I think I think I'll be speaking for a lot of football fans that will mean a successful season, because it's not how far you go, it is how well you end, because the end will always justify the means. So if you no matter how sexy football, how brilliant you have been all season, if at the moment where it mattered, you are not showing up, that is the hallmark of great teams. Madrid have shown that in the Champions League, under that 3 years in the Champions League where they were beaten. So in most of those Champions League triumphs, they always come like from the group stage route till around round of 16. They always just in and out of the Champions League. But once it gets to that business end of that competition, they become another team. They become wild. They become brave. They become everything you want in a great team. And that is one of the reasons why we respect them today. So hallmark of a good team is, and this is the reason why Arteta and Arsenal have been flogged, over this years, that getting over the line has ever been the problem. So how are they going to do it? Are they going to get it over the line this time around and not, be the bridesmaid again? That is left to be seen. But should they go on and not win anything and Chelsea gets to win that cup final, then I think it's more or less like a Chelsea having a very good season. Because let's forget that whatever you do in the games before that final or the end,
nobody cares.
Nobody wants to know who was on top of the league for 200 plus days.
You can even count another 1 or 2, 3 days.
Exactly. So exactly. So that's nobody cares about that. The most important thing is whose name is on that trophy.
Do you know that Arteta in the last 4-5 years has spent more time on top of the Premier League table than Pep Guardiola? Arteta has spent over 539 days. Pep Guardiola has spent just 430 something days on the Premier League table.
100 plus days.
100 plus days. But Pep has 4 titles to show for it. Arteta has not.
Yeah, that is where I said teams, this City and Pep Guardiola, they have been there, they have done it before. So that is the reason why a lot of people are rooting for them, or they more or less see them winning. Even when Arsenal were on top of the table, people were still worried. People were still, in doubt that can this Arsenal, the Arsenal that we have seen so far, they have not given us that something to believe or to have
That they
this,
can do it.
they can do it. So, and this Manchester City side that has done it before, under Mancini, they had the last Aguero moment against QPR. They won with the last kick of the game, won the league.
They did
And
the comeback against Aston Villa too.
and even against with Arsenal too, they have been I think some 4-5 games to the end of season around 4-5 years
That
ago.
was 2023-2024.
Yeah, exactly. And they showed that their mental strength to actually come back and win. So these are so football is all about history, what you have done before. So your antecedent will prove that do you have what it takes to actually do that. And right now it's looking like Arsenal.
Let's quickly sum this up. Which one is more realistic for Arsenal to pursue, the Champions League or the Premier League?
Well, for me, I've been saying it. It's still the Premier League because you have but Champions League, you have 3 games and you need a huge element of luck to win. You don't have to be the best side. Madrid during those 3 years of dominance in the Champions League were not actually the best side, but they had a lot of
for some of those seasons. I'm very very sure they didn't even win the league.
No, they didn't win. They won the league just once in that 3 years. And when Chelsea won the first Champions, they were 6th in the league. When they won the second one, they were I think around 4th or 5th in the league. So I think 4th on the league. So this is not about what you do.
Maybe sometimes you just have to sacrifice the other things.
Well, at this point, Arsenal should not be prioritizing. If we are being honest, because you never know where
or when you get this kind of opportunity.
Aside that, we don't know where you're going to find joy. You could be saying, okay, let's leave our Champions League and face the Premier League. And an injury sets in, you had a bad day, and you give Manchester City the go ahead to go on top of the table, and you're already giving up on the Champions League. So where do you go from there? So that is why you don't put all your egg in one basket.
Definitely, I think I love that. For Arsenal, Arteta, I want to believe that is something that Arteta is also prioritizing in that team. Not putting all his eggs in one basket. Maybe let's round up with this. Realistically speaking, can Chelsea still make that top 5?
Well, I have to be a realist. I don't see the prospect of that one happening because look at the teams with the number of games at Chelsea and the kind of team Chelsea are going to play compared to their direct rivals for that top four places. Liverpool more or less have lesser games. Chelsea, I think, out of the top 4 aspirants, have the hardest set of games. So, do I see Chelsea making top 5? I don't see it. Maybe top 7, top 6. Well, but top 5.
But there's a big probability that they can still make Europe.
No, mathematically speaking, they can still make Europe. Champions League, top 5. But do I see it happening? It's very vague at this point.
Well, for Chelsea as a team, you can never say never. They've proven themselves over the years. Yes. You've seen them win against all odds. The 2021 Champions League title is a very big example. They've defeated Pep Guardiola team. Even some of the not so really good Chelsea team have found a way
of winning.
So that FA Cup, Manchester City might look like favorite, but I would not put my money against Chelsea winning.
Yes, Chelsea in the final is a different beast.
So you can always drop your comments concerning this. If Chelsea wins the FA Cup, and I believe even if they don't play in the Europa League, Conference League, or Champions League, if they don't eventually make Europe, I think that should still be considered as a successful season. You can drop your comments. Is it a successful season or not? My name is Adedamola. Please remember to follow us on all our social media handles at Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Please remember to drop your comments on YouTube, to subscribe. Once you watch the video, hit the subscribe button. Very, very important. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
Yes, thanks for watching and see you next time.